Fatima's heartbeat drum. The spring sun was as yellow as a lemon, pouring through the window of Fatima's bright room. Fatima sat in her cozy padded space, watching the dancing dust motes. She didn't use words to speak, but her eyes told stories of the wind and the trees. It was a perfect, quiet afternoon. Near her feet, Figaro the tabby cat was busy being a professional napper. He was a swirl of gray and brown stripes, stretching his paws until his claws looked like tiny hooks. Figaro loved the sun, just as much as Fatima did. He purred a low, steady rumble that Fatima could feel through the floor. Downstairs, the front door clicked shut. Gulsen, Fatima's mother, had returned from the market with something special. It wasn't a loaf of bread or a bag of apples. It was wrapped in heavy paper and shaped like a giant goblet. Gulsen smiled, her heart full of a rhythmic secret. Levent, Gulsen called softly. Fatima's father, Levent, came to meet her. He took the heavy package with a knowing nod. He knew exactly where this gift belonged. He carried it carefully up the stairs, his footsteps making a slow thump-thump on the wood. When Levent entered the room, Fatima's eyes widened. He peeled back the paper to reveal a beautiful African djembe drum. It was carved from red wood with black ropes, and the bottom was decorated with a galaxy of tiny, colorful painted dots. Fatima reached out her hand, feeling the smooth, tight skin on the top. Suddenly, the sky outside turned the color of a bruised plum. The sun disappeared, and a crack boom of thunder shook the window panes. A spring storm had arrived. Fatima jumped slightly, her body tightening. The world outside was loud and gray, and the rain began to drum against the glass. Levent didn't want the storm to be the only music. He placed Fatima's hands gently on the drum's surface. Then, he placed his large hands over hers. Together, they went bum-bum-clack. The drum didn't just make a sound. It made a vibration that traveled up Fatima's arms and straight into her chest. Figaro the cat was not a fan of the new indoor thunder. Every time the drum went boom, his fur puffed up like a dandelion. He leaped from the rug and landed on a high shelf, his tail twitching. He peered down with wide, golden eyes, wondering why the house was making such deep, happy noises. While the rain poured outside, Gulsen stood in the doorway, watching the rhythm take over. The storm began to fade, and a sliver of sun peeked back through the clouds. The room filled with the scent of wet grass and the steady, happy beat of the djembe. Fatima was the conductor of her own heartbeat. Fatima's face broke into a giant, radiant smile. She didn't need words to say how much she loved the feeling of the music. The drum was a bridge between her and her father, a song they wrote together with their hands. In Fatima's world, every beat was a hello, and every vibration was a love you.